The Unsolved Files.
First of all, I want to ask you, Ms. Swanson, you were on the phone with your son, a large part.
On the night of May 14th, 2008, a single phone call would become one of the most chilling mysteries in modern American history. A call that began calmly and ended in silence. This is the story of Brandon Swanson. Brandon Swanson was 19 years old, a college freshman at Minnesota West Community and Technical College. By all accounts, he was responsible, intelligent, and grounded. That night, he had just finished celebrating the end of his first year, something many students look forward to. Sometime after midnight, Brandon left a friend's house in Canby, Minnesota. His destination, home in Marshall, roughly 30 miles away. A familiar drive, one he had likely made many times before, but he never made it. At approximately 1:54 a.m., Brandon's car veered off a gravel road and slipped into a ditch. It wasn't a violent crash. He wasn't injured, but the car was stuck. Stranded in the darkness of rural Minnesota, Brandon did what most would do. He called his parents. Annette and Brian Swanson answered. Brandon sounded calm. He explained the situation and told them he believed he was near the town of Lind. His parents immediately got in their car and began driving to find him. What followed would be the last known contact anyone ever had with Brandon Swanson. As his parents drove, Brandon stayed on the phone. They asked him to flash his headlights so they could locate him. But there was a problem. They couldn't see him, and he couldn't see them. Despite believing he was near Lind, Brandon was mistaken about his location. In reality, he was over 20 miles away, near the town of Taunton, walking in the opposite direction from home. But neither he nor his parents knew that. Still on the phone, Brandon decided to leave his car and walk toward what he believed were town lights in the distance. For 47 minutes, the call continued. Nearly an hour of conversation. Brandon described his surroundings: gravel roads, fences, fields. At one point, he mentioned crossing a small stream. His voice remained steady. There was no panic, no urgency, just a young man trying to find his way home, and then everything changed. Without warning, Brandon suddenly exclaimed, "Oh, shh!" The line went dead. Silence. His parents tried calling back again and again. No answer, no voicemail, nothing. That was the last time anyone ever heard Brandon Swanson's voice. The following morning, authorities located Brandon's car, but not where he said it would be. It was found near Taunton, miles from Lind. The search began immediately. Hundreds of volunteers, trained search teams, bloodhounds, helicopters. The dogs picked up Brandon's scent near the car and followed it for nearly 3 miles, along gravel roads, through open farmland, toward the Yellow Medicine River. And then, the trail stopped. Some dogs indicated that Brandon may have crossed the river. Others suggested he never made it out. Despite extensive searches, including dives, sonar scans, and aerial sweeps, no physical trace of Brandon was ever found. No clothing, and no phone, and no body, nothing. So what happened that night? Several theories have emerged over the years. The most widely accepted is that Brandon fell into the river and drowned. It was dark. The terrain was uneven. One misstep could have been fatal. But if that's the case, where is his body? Others believe he may have encountered someone, perhaps a stranger who offered help, or something more sinister. There is no evidence of foul play, but the possibility cannot be ruled out. Another theory suggests disorientation, that Brandon, lost in the darkness, may have succumbed to exhaustion or hypothermia. But again, no trace. For Brandon's parents, the unanswered questions never stopped. In fact, their fight led to change. That night, when they first contacted authorities, they were told to wait, that Brandon would likely come home on his own. He never did. In response, the Swanson family pushed for legal reform. In 2009, Brandon's law was passed in Minnesota, requiring law enforcement to take missing adult cases seriously and act immediately when there is potential danger. Years have passed, 17 years and counting. The case remains open. No confirmed sightings, no answers, just a phone call that ended in the dark. A young man walking alone through empty farmland. A calm conversation, a sudden cry, and then silence. How does someone vanish while still on the phone, and what did Brandon Swanson see? in those final seconds.